Okay, guys, so you've seen the SummerSlam recap show. It's the same three guys in the house. The one, AJ, Anthony, Jordan.
What's up? It's me, Dan the Tech, the wrestling fan that doesn't watch wrestling.
Once again, Big Tone in the zone.
So we are in the zone, so that means there's only one question to ask, and that's, what's next? Or, as Dan the Tech would ask,
what's next?
Hey, there we go, guys. Yeah, we're spicing it up a bit. So yes. Some of these will be fly-throughs. Some of them could be a bit more in-depth. The first match, I think we could be a bit split. So here we go. We are talking Ricochet and Logan Paul. What is next for these two gentlemen? Tone.
Okay, so for Logan Paul, it's onwards and upwards. Yes, he could go for a mid-card title. I think a logical path would be for him to go fight Seth for his world title, since he's already fought Roman for his world title. Now, whether that happens now or later, I feel it's on the cards. Yeah, and to be honest, I would even be so shocked if one day we do see Logan Paul holding that World Heavyweight Championship. You won't get the WWE Championship, but you could get the World Heavyweight Championship at some point. I know that's going to piss off the world, but that would be the point. As for poor Ricochet, I love Ricochet. I really want the best for him, but I honestly do think, he's back to the status quo, like spending time between catering and helping other stars getting that foot over. Yeah, like I feel he deserves a lot more than that, but unfortunately, I don't see it happening, man. I don't know. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
You're telling lies, bro.
Go on, then.
Dan, you want to go next?
Yeah, I got this. I see rematch and another rematch and another rematch. These two have been in 12 since the Royal Rumble. They did that big thing, and I remember WWE wants a viral thing, and it hasn't happened since Royal Rumble. They're gonna go again because Ricochet's gonna be pissed off that his girl had to give him the props. That's gonna be the reasoning. It's I can beat you. You are nothing. I can beat you. So that's what Ricochet. Logan Paul, he's gonna do some more training. He's getting big. He's getting big. I don't know what's in Prime, but yeah, it gives you the energy. It's the Mexican supplements. Well, yeah, he's getting bigger and not getting tested. So anyway, I see him going up against someone like Ricochet again. Oh, he needs to be you know what? Forget the title. Let him go up against Chad Gable. Chad
Gable. Yeah.
Let him go up against Chad Gable. People like that, where he looks like a massive person compared to them. Because if he goes against like Brock, he's a little man. So yeah.
So it's interesting. Because of the contract that Logan has in place, I don't see him at Payback. And I feel there could be a lot of taunting in between and video viral stuff, a lot of vignettes that they can play that he's just attacking Ricochet. And it's like, okay, enough is enough. Even like fake entrance music and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see him go for a mid-card title. But the problem we have is if he goes IC title, Gunther instantly becomes the face. Imperium turned face. But everyone's going to want to see it because they want to see him get the hell chopped out of him. On the flip side, if he goes for the US title, he somehow becomes the face because I think people are going to hate on Theory more. Or fear, it means someone turning face in this. And that's the interesting part about what comes. But that's more long run because I do believe him and Ricochet aren't done yet. Ricochet needs Samantha to say his name once. I don't even think she says it on a weekly basis on Raw, whether it's Logan Paul or not. I don't know the last time she called it apart from his entrance. I don't think she's ever said it on an exit, but that's me being offensive. It's that. But I want to see Ricochet become something. I said it in my video. Like, I would like to see him get transferred to SmackDown because I'd like to see him go for Theory, to be honest, because the Gunther road, we know where that's going. We know where that would go for him. So, yeah. Not much for Ricochet, but I don't want to see him go into obscurity. Like, I think WWE are doing well in giving us stars at the moment. Like, oh, okay, this person's on the card. Let's not just lose it because the card is gone. Let's elevate it. I know they're a bit lost because it was him and Braun Strowman at one point, and Braun's injured. But yeah, come on. Let's see Ricochet do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wants to say I was about to say that he wins because look who he's with. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Look at his
he's,
missus.
he's a winner in
He's
life.
winning.
Ricochet is.
Damn right.
Well, I don't disagree. I do not disagree with you there. Okay, the next one. Cody Rhodes versus Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar at this point.
Okay. Well, let's start with Brock. Brock goes back to the forest and the woods to go hunt and fish to his heart's content for the rest of this year. We're not seeing Brock. Yeah. As for Cody, now it's difficult because I haven't seen Raw because I don't know exactly where he's going. But some avenues I think he can go. He can actually go and step to Seth Rollins now.
So I'll give you a little insight just to give you the best of it.
Yes,
right?
please.
Okay.
With Raw, I've only seen this clip. He came out and he said that his mother said something to him that he realized but didn't really stop to realize. And this is the way he worded it. His mum said to him, at SummerSlam, Brock Lesnar acknowledged you. Right? I now realize I feel like I can beat anybody. I'm willing to take on anyone. Insert Seth Rollins coming out saying, oh, you feel you can beat anyone? Let's do this kind of thing. I believe the Judgment Day came out and then there was a 6-man tag and it's Seth, Cody, and Shinsuke Nakamura versus, I believe, Priest, Balor, and JD McDonough. It wasn't thing. And Sami Zayn's injured, by the way. He seems to have that John Cena elbow problem. So that's both tag champs out. So expect to see that title drop. So that's what's happened there. Screw it. I might as well go into spoiler. Do you remember what I asked for in our last What's Next? Seth and Shinsuke. Let the fans chant the whole way through. After they won the match, Shinsuke kicks. I think it was to Seth, and that's where they're like, Cody's a bit shocked. But it is teased between those two guys being the contenders.
But they're not in the UK. The fans are not going to. The fans chant, but the fans don't chant.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's exactly what I keep thinking. But that's the context. So that gives you a bit of juice as to what could be next for Cody.
Okay, well that gives me a lot to say in it, for when Seth pops up. As for Cody, I feel that they keep teasing this whole, Seth and Cody are gonna confront each other, so they're gonna have to have that match sooner or later. Like I'm not sure what the pay-per-view after Payback is, but at some point they're gonna have a match. I don't think that's gonna be a conclusive win for Cody though, or Seth, because I feel they're gonna want to keep the belt on Seth, and they're not gonna want Cody to lose. So that match will probably not have a winner when they end up facing each other. As for who Cody faces, the logical choice would be Judgment Day. Now, I wouldn't actually be surprised if Cody is on the end of a big vicious beatdown within the next week or so by the Judgment Day, and probably leading the pack is going to be Finn Balor, because I reckon that will probably be his next one-on-one feud. Yeah, and somehow they're like gonna continue the whole friction in the Judgment Day within that feud with Cody. But again, Cody is all about filler until his next major story beat, which is going to be in it like whenever him and Seth have to fight each other for the title. Yeah, but then obviously with the whole hints that's been said, the whole acknowledging thing, we know where we're going, isn't it? The destination is still Roman Reigns, but we've got quite a long time to get there. So yeah, just more filler for Cody.
Yeah. Well, everyone knows Brock is going to be taking a little time off. Well, you don't know it's Brock. This guy's random as hell. He turns up at sometimes you never think he's going to turn up. He did that at Royal Rumble. He just turns up and goes, yeah, ladder match. I'm entering this ladder match. You're not even in the match. So you don't know when he's going to turn up. But for now, he might be taking another break. Hence why he was able to just do what he wants to do. This is your man. This is your champ. I'm gone. And yes, he did acknowledge him. Cody should go get that title and then explain why that title is not the one he has to get. Why it's got to be the one Roman has. He loves being champion. but this is not what his dad had or something like that. Just make it to be a point, or have him shit on that title. Sorry for cursing. Have him get that title and throw it down and do a CM Punk type of thing. Go, I want that one. Right? Let them get rid of that thing, but they won't. But for now, let him go up against Seth and let him win. There's just Payback, and then the Survivor Series. I cheated. I looked. So
is there nothing in between it?
I didn't see.
Should be something in October.
I didn't see, but I'll double check again like in between so I don't break the chain. But
No,
yeah, let him have what's it called again. Just let Cody go around and be John Cena Part 2. Kiss all the babies, do all the headbutting the kids as you come out, as I said before. He's trying to be Rey Mysterio and John Cena. The head before head touch. I mean, super baby face. Thing is, they have they got a thing right now where people are cheering him. Everyone, adults, kids, everyone's cheering him. What happens when adults, when they get sick of you of being that baby face? Yeah, I can do it. They would turn on you. 1 week they'll be cheering him, and next week they could turn. So WWE is taking a chance and a risk keeping Cody where he is at the moment. Any minute, the fans are going to say, you know what? You're a loser. Boo! And there's something Cody Rhodes has become the chant when he comes out. No more Warhol. So just do something good. I don't know what's next. I'm trying to predict, but I can't see it.
The birth of Roadlander. That's what I'm looking for.
White Homelander. He was wearing a white Homelander suit.
Exactly.
That was my description. My description of Cody when they asked him, was like, he's Homelander. He thinks he's being what he thinks everyone expects him to be. But deep down, we don't see him behind the door. He could be hugging someone, touching kids' heads, and saying evil stuff to them.
Yeah.
Like you heard the story about Rey Mysterio, innit? Yeah, have you heard the story about Rey Mysterio? What he said to one kid?
No.
When, he touched his head and he said something like, inspiring, like, you can make it. I believe in you. Thank you very much. He touched someone's head and went, do something with your life, little shit.
Hey, you know what? That guy's probably like a lawyer today.
No, that kid kicked him in the nuts at a pay-per-view and became during the Judgment Day.
Hey, but yeah, he's winning his life. He's really bagging real.
But exactly, he made something of himself.
Let's wait for that.
Here's my thing. Both of these guys look like solid contenders to Gunther. Now, I can accept Cody potentially. See, Cody can win it. Here's the problem. Brock is harder to call on that because Brock has no right chasing an IC title. Brock has no right whatsoever losing to an IC check. Could you imagine on paper Brock lost an IC title match? It doesn't make sense. So I think Brock Gunther is something. It could be Brock's hurrah in Philadelphia actually. So yeah, maybe you guys are right. The more I think about it, it's that. Looking at the next pay-per-view, I see Cody potentially beating Shinsuke because for a number one contenders match and also a triple threat match. But Cody then goes on for Seth, and it makes sense. It's payback because the 3 times they met, the 3 times Seth lost. And I actually see Seth taking a clean win. But after that, it's either that or Shinsuke then costs Cody the match and then feud because I think we need a one-on-one between Shinsuke and Seth. But I think that would also help in the line that people be on the WWE are burying Cody. Look, he couldn't beat Roman. No, excuse me. Now he can't even win the B belt. Do you know what I mean? I think that would rile people up and give him more of a journey. But it's like I tried, I lost, and then it gives a curve to he continuously wins. Because if you just win, but don't win any titles, where are you going? So to me, it's either he goes down the Gunther route and holds an IC title for a bit, or he does take the match, but he takes the L, and then we lead on to greater stuff there. But that's the 2 routes. It's either IC title or Seth.
For coming up pay-per-views, we have Payback, Fastlane, Crown Jewel, Survivor Series.
Wow. Fastlane. Fastlane's not in February anymore. That's interesting.
All right. So I think right there we see where it's going to be Seth versus Cody. Crown Jewel, isn't it? And I feel that match, though, is again, it's not going to have a definitive ending. And like one thing we haven't actually mentioned, which could be a very good way out of this for both Seth and Cody, Damian Priest cashes in, becomes the champion. None of them lose to each other, but none of them win.
No, have Cody beat him, and then Damian Priest cash in, and then they can have a feud. Damian Priest and Cody can have their feuds.
But I don't think Cody should be getting that.
And again, it calls to the Cody's being buried. They gave him the title just to take it off him. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah, him battling his way up. Our father said, "My name is Cody. Cody something." You know what I'm saying? So those are the. I'm gonna actually listen to his theme for once. Actually, no, I did try. I tried to listen to his theme. I tried reading his theme, and then when the song hit, I couldn't hit nothing but something. I tried.
Too bad on you, man. You're missing out. It was a great song.
It's the truth. I
got the whoa. I got the whoa. So the way I get that is by looking at the person next to me and go, whoa. But I get it.
Right. The Battle Royal, let's solely keep this on LA Knight because the others are completely irrelevant. Omos is just going to pop up when they need him and vanish when they don't. So that's just the truth of it. Just for context again, because I know no one else has seen Raw or like Instagram, Miz and LA Knight had a bit of a back and forth over how they got to where they are for 20 years. So, Miz is like, I've been here for 20 years. You're just some Attitude Era fanboy. That's literally what he called it. And LA Knight's like, look, it took me 20 years, but you're the safe bet. That's why they bet on you. That's why they weren't ready for me. But now I'm here. Yeah, it's about to go down. That was their clash.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've seen it play out on SummerSlam anyway, didn't we? Like when Miz and LA Knight sort of had a bit of confrontation there when LA Knight eliminated the Miz. So obviously they're going for a one-on-one feud between the Miz and LA Knight. Now, I feel that's good because, again, Miz is a stable hand, as you would say. And yes, he is the safe bet. He'll make LA Knight look good. The fans will cheer for him. Hopefully they let Miz off the leash a bit, so we can just say, I actually hope Miz actually tries to bury LA Knight with his promos and stuff, but LA Knight shines through and is able to out-promo the Miz. Now, I feel that would be a good program and a good build for both of them. If it's not that, then, LA Knight really just need to be moved into a program for the US title because he needs gold round his way sooner than later.
So for LA Knight, I see Zack Ryder. Everyone loves LA Knight right now. I'm an LA Knight fan. My only reason for being an LA Knight fan, I've still never seen him wrestle 1-on-1. I've seen him in Battle Royal. I've seen him in a ladder match. That is it. I've not seen him I've never heard one of his promos. I've read him walk out to the ring and go, let me tell you something. And his chant. The crowd being so hot on him is what makes me cheer for him. Me, walking out, I keep doing the same story over and over again, but leaving Mania, yeah. I'm like, jumped in. Yeah, and I'm thinking, Raw, they're cheering for AJ's favorite wrestler.
It's not me who has the beef. It's Nico who has the beef.
They're cheering for Dawkins. Oh my God, I can't believe they're cheering for that little the little fat guy. Yeah, oh my God, it's a miracle. And they went, oh no, they're cheering for LA Knight. Who is that? And then I heard exactly, and I was like, what do you mean by that? And went, he should be on the card. And then everyone started to break down why LA Knight should be on the WrestleMania card. And I was like, oh, okay. And then he came out. I was like, yeah. And I was like, oh wow, he's very addictive in the case of cheering for him. But then I was like, I don't know anything about you, and everyone wants you to win. Who is it that wasn't a big fan of Daniel Bryan? I think someone is not a big fan of Daniel Bryan. He was.
So Nick wasn't a Daniel Bryan fan.
I don't get it.
Bryan Danielson fan.
Yeah, Daniel Bryan fan was like, I don't get it. Why everyone's into him? It's the same thing. I was still picking him. I was still chanting with everyone else. I don't see it. I don't get it. Plus, he's in his 40s. I can tell you, you can wake up injured. You can wake up and be injured. You went to bed fine, but you wake up and you're not moving. And he looks like he's in shape, but you can still wake up injured. So, yeah, they can't gamble on that person being a champion.
But to be fair, though, you're not gonna get it if you don't watch the show, are you? You're not gonna see the content.
Oh, once again, they don't care about people that watch a show all the time. They always want new viewers. When everyone popping for LA Knight, and I'm like, oh my God, why they popping for him? They give him to me in multi-man matches. I want to see him in a one-on-one match on a pay-per-view.
You did.
That I agree with.
Where
Mountain Dew.
was he the Mountain Dew other person?
Yeah.
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 Ready for it? Ready for it? What did I take from that match? The horrible lighting, the Mountain Dew. This is Bray Wyatt's first match back after all of this. I didn't even know he was the other guy.
No, it wasn't the best outing for him. It wasn't the best outing.
That's all I want. Give me a pay-per-view, because a lot more people watch pay-per-views than the weekly shows. So casual fans or fans of the past will tune into like, oh, there's a pay-per-view on or a premium live event on. I get to watch it for free. And the network, I'm still paying for the network if you don't want to watch it. Let me see. Everyone's cheering for this guy LA Knight. Oh, right, he actually is good. Not everyone gets thrown out and goes, the winner is LA Knight. Oh, okay. The Money in the Bank match happens. LA Knight's going up for the title. He doesn't get it. Oh, the winner is this other guy. Like, okay, cool. Give me a one-on-one. Show me you can do something. Yeah.
After all that. I believe after, and I agree with you, and I think after his feud with The Miz, he goes back to SmackDown and he takes that US title. You call him Zack Ryder. I believe he's Mr. Kennedy. It's at the point where with Zack Ryder, he was the former Edgehead, and it was always weird seeing Zack Ryder win. You never knew where it was. He was over, but not over enough. LA Knight has, and Nick was right by calling him Mr. Kennedy. He's got enough to be there. He's red hot. The fans believe he should be in the main picture, but it's not there yet. And I think we no one would be disappointed with a mid card run. And I think taking it off of Theory, who's dead in the water, would revitalize the US title. It would honestly revitalize the US title, give him something. It would even give Theory something to put his teeth into, because he hasn't had it for a minute. And I feel that there's enough mic skills between the two of them as well for it to become something. And that's what I'd like to see. Would I like to see him in a main event picture? As hot as the guy is, there's still some more work to be done into it. Even if we were to go for the Seth title, you know, the world's, not the WWE, the world's title, I would be like, it's too soon. He's not ready. Like, he's hot, but it'll be crushed. I don't know how we would handle an LA Knight champ. The journey's been great because he was LA Knight in NXT. He had the whole thing with the $1 million title. He then became Max Dupree, and then they brought back LA Knight because they saw the potential. So there is a journey for him. It's a better story than Cody's, if we're going to be honest, in that sense, in a here and now. But yeah, I think the US title should be where he goes after the Miz. So I think he goes over the Miz, then goes for the US title. That should be the way it's been done.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. Okay, we move on. Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey. Well, we all know where Ronda's at.
Well, I don't. What is Ronda actually leaving for? Is she going to go do movies or something? Have another child? Just had it.
She's not directly said. I think she's just taking a break. Like, I'm done. I think the road might be too much for her.
I always think there is
a bit of a dispute, but she had to fight a lot for the tag titles, and I feel like she doesn't look at the company the way she used to. But that's a personal view as opposed to a full-on expression.
I think they missed the opportunity with the Mortal Kombat films to have Ronda pay Sonya as she did in the game. I think I was surprised that they didn't pick her. Maybe she cost too much. But hey, neither here nor there. So I guess it's only Shayna who's about now. And as we said, as you guys have said, she stepped to Becky. Now I feel that's great. And like Becky is still one of the biggest faces in the company, in terms of her crowd reaction. She's in a comfortable position and at a top spot. So a few between those two should be all right. I mean, obviously they have the history of WrestleMania where really Shayna's downward spiral started. Yeah, once Becky beat her, and then that was it. Vince didn't care about her anymore. And like basically she just become this person who they wheel out now and again to have some matches where she's supposed to look dominant, but then ultimately gets her ass whipped. So it's a new day now. Papa H is supposedly
yes, it is.
he's supposedly in charge, but who knows in it where Shayna's gonna go from now. Hopefully, she does get this win over Becky, but I'm too cynical, and I think she's not going to. I feel that like they're just gonna make her like continue on as she has done, like have a few matches, maybe even get a title match against someone, but ultimately she's not gonna like progress from the spot that she's in at the moment.
All right. Going from that, because it says a new day. Yes, it is. Let's do some positivity right here. In the previous show where we did our breakdown of SummerSlam, I was quite negative about about the match, and negative about what's going to happen after. Like, it's just going to be another thing. And then when she's going up against Becky, I was like, whatever. What I would love to happen is Ronda Rousey go away, regroup, find your passion for the entertainment thing again, and come back. Find your passion and come back. Let the dominant person that choked everyone out in a Hell in a Cell match, that dominated that Hell in a Cell match, dominate now. Let her be the monster. Becky needs some time off coming up soon. Let her beat the crap out of Becky and Becky can go away. Let her be the one that's been sending all these superstars away, that beating crap out of everyone. Let Natty come back out again and get her ass whooped. Let what's it called, the no knees one come out and get her ass whooped. Let the wrestlers that's not really, Tamina, let all the wrestlers, the female wrestlers that's not wrestling as much right now, but still are signed by WWE, come out as getting fed. Let Shayna be Brock. Let her just dominate NXT Shayna to come back and being Trips up is back in control. Let her dominate so much to the point of like you're going, oh my god, who can stop her? I want that for her. And not just beat and dominate and then get a title match and win that title match. Io Sky, who was dominant in NXT, so was Shayna. Let it build to Io and let them have a match and Shayna win. And the case is, it looks like it's going to be bad on Shayna. I mean on Io, but it won't because Io is still in a group. Have Io lose because of some whatever nefarious means. But let Shayna be that dominant one that no one can see who would beat them. And then that's where Becky comes back or Ronda comes back to realize, oh my god, someone needs to stop her. So
Or
that's
the unlikely pairing of Becky and Ronda both coming for her. That would be quite interesting.
Not even a team way. It's just one of them to come back, just to be like she beat them to get rid of them and dominate the women's division, and then they have to come back and win. You're the first one I beat, and then boom, they're back and get the win back, and then that's it. Let the women's division have a story, a good story, where it's not my friend. I'm not your friend, then I don't like you. It's I just want to be a dominant champion. I want to be a champion. I'm tired of everyone being friends and everyone's hugging and everyone's cool. And then, oh, you didn't smile at me later. I'm upset with you. Book it like NXT. Book it like NXT goddamn T, for crying out loud.
Interesting. I like that. I do like that. So here's another thing that's kind of hit me along the way. It was while you were talking, Big Tone, it hit me, and it's a bit of another thing that's worth mentioning. It looks like the women's tag titles is once again cursed because Sonya Deville is injured.
Oh shit!
So yeah, she's injured, and it means the title might be vacated. And I thought he had frozen. I will remove Dead for a couple of seconds there. It will be a 2-man show for a while until he comes back. With that, I believe, because I'm looking at the Becky Ronda feud, Becky Shayna feud, but I'm also thinking Becky still got this beef with Zoe Starks and Trish, which should have happened at SummerSlam but didn't.
Mm-hmm.
How about the wrestling fan that is Shayna Baszler is also someone to say thank you, Trish. She helps Trish get this ultimate victory over Becky, which Becky has to handle and may want to get retribution. But the new tag team is like Zoe Starks and Shayna Baszler going for the tag title. Like, I think that might actually be a team worth mentioning to be able to be something and be like, yeah, that will put the women's tag title on the map again, because it's been a lot of throwaway tag teams. If she comes as someone under the Trish appreciation and they give her something, it kind of keeps the. It doesn't kill either feud of who stepped up to Becky. Both of them are powerhouses in terms of performers. He's back. He's back.
Middle of the day, internet was like, "See you in a bit, bye."
There we go.
And then welcome back. That few
Yeah,
seconds
welcome
of
back.
gonna come back is enough to just ruin everything. Sorry about that,
You're
y'all.
all good. You're all good. You're all good. No, I was saying that because Becky has a feud with Trish and Zoe Starks at the moment, maybe Shayna helps in that as well. And Zoe Starks and Shayna going to win the tag titles. I very much love your idea of a solo run, but I don't know if they know where to fit her right now, especially when you look, and as much as EO got cheered the hell out of and everyone loves Rhea, they are both technically heel champs. It's very weird how they're both technically heel champs. I think this would be the one. Like, I don't know where Shayna would fit into that, and who would she take the title off? Of the tag titles needs a holder, and that would be two vicious ladies holding the tag titles. It would
burn that belt, burn that title. That title is cursed. You become champion, you become injured, or you leave the company. It's cursed.
That is Sonya Deville's words were, yeah, the rumors are true. The cursed title strikes again. She literally called it a cursed title. But hey, we move on. Yes, so that's our take. Now we move on to the Ring General and the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre.
Okay, so as discussed in the predictions, like Gunther is about a month away, I think, at this point, from overtaking Honky Tonk Man's legendary Intercontinental title reign that has stood the test of time for a good 40 plus years. Yeah. If they don't make Gunther do this, yeah, I might laugh. I may laugh, yeah, because I would think it'll be hilarious how mad people are gonna be. But ultimately, it'll be so stupid and such a waste, man, because you're never going to come this close. And I don't think anyone's going to be as believable as Gunther has been to be champion for so long. So what does that mean for Gunther? It could mean a lot of things. He can then actually lose the title now after he's passed the Honky Tonk Man. And who can be the person to do it? I hate to say this, but I think Cody is actually a strong candidate to actually end the legendary Intercontinental title reign of Gunther. So Gunther can move on to bigger and better things, like the throne in Seth and everything. Like they have actually created a bona fide main eventer in Gunther using the mid-card belt, how it's supposed to be done. Who would have thought it? So, I'm happy in that regard. Drew McIntyre, he's an interesting one now. I'm hoping that he continues his feud with Gunther because, again, that hard hitting, fist fighting, meat slapping, I don't think people are going to be too opposed for them continuing that match, continuing that program. If he doesn't, then I guess he just has to find his footing. He can also go for the world title at any point because that is the type of star he is. Unfortunately, but what would that mean? Would that mean him turning heel to go after Seth? It could happen. I don't see a clear path, but I see many paths. There's many people on Raw who we could feud with in the interim, like Bronson Reed versus Drew McIntyre. That would be pretty good. Two big ass guys in it here going at it. Hell, he can team with someone, go after the tag titles. A lot can happen with him. But ultimately, Gunther, though, I hope one of the things they do when he becomes and passes the Honky Tonk Man is have him step to Roman. Yeah, whether it's a title versus title match, whatever. I just wanted to see him fight Roman because he has a legitimate claim to say that he's a more dominant champion than him. So that'd be interesting to see how that plays out.
Ready for my this is me now booking something that's not gonna happen, which is gonna piss me off and make them think they're a crap company. But I hope it happens. Have him keep the title. I'm going for Gunther's thought now. Gunther, keep the title. Get the records. As much as I make a joke about Honky Tonk Man coming out, no. Have him, what's it called again, break the record. have Cody go up against Gunther, and Cody beats Gunther. That's just building Cody for more and more. But have Gunther win the Royal Rumble and go for the other title, the little shitty one, and then Roman versus thing again, and then they can go against for at WrestleMania again. That would be the Roman and Cody WrestleMania, but this time Roman's he's got the Intercontinental title, Cody, but he's the one that destroyed one streak and said I can do the other, and then Gunther could get a title, lose the title, lose the Intercontinental title, win Royal Rumble, but then go after Seth, probably still holding it. So go after Seth and take it from Seth. And then you go, how long is he going to hold this one, being he just held the Intercontinental title for so long? If Roman wins again, because I don't know with WWE, then Gunther go against Roman again. If Roman loses and Cody get the title, Roman takes a little break. When he comes back, he goes against Gunther, and then that's what gives Gunther and Roman. I know it won't be the same when he loses, whoever goes in after, but Gunther, as much as I want Gunther to go against Roman, because that would be a case of like, we don't know who's going to win in this one. And I already said it several times in the past. It's Gunther champion who's been undefeated against the champion that's not been defeated. But at the same time, what you just said made me jump on the part of after Cody lost against beat Roman, who does he fight next? Gunther. That's who he fight next. And even if it's not right away next, let him fight the one that lost against Gunther right now, McIntyre. McIntyre should get pissed that he lost. McIntyre comes heel because I want McIntyre to be a heel again. He's been face for how long now? Let there be a heel tag team with McIntyre and Sheamus. Were they team before? Who was he team with before when he was like, fella?
With Dolph.
No, not Dolph.
Oh, Cesaro.
It was Cesaro.
Cesaro and Sheamus.
Let the two British Isle people get big, jacked up, dude, get the title and become like the APA, just beat the crap out of people for a bit. Because there's no tag team champions right now.
I actually like that. Sheamus and Drew on a heel run, just like an APA, just storming down and kicking the rear ends and taking names would actually be very interesting. Very interesting. Not a bad shout. So here we go. I'm going to go with a vision that I've had just as SummerSlam came and everyone started talking about EO cashing in. I just had this vision of Damian Priest cashing in on Gunther. I don't know if he's going to do it just before the streak ends, but it's a thing now that you can cash in on. They made it a statement that it could be any title. Him going for the main card titles just seems like the bait option. Everyone's looking at it one way, but I see Drew Gunther one more time. Drew just peed that he lost. He gives Gunther that Claymore kick, walks off. Damian Priest's music comes in. He runs in. He cashes off. Whether it's just shy of the title or just after, I don't know. But it now has the Judgment Day officially title holders, and everyone looking at Finn like, "Yo, level up, bro." It's that. But at the same moment, I think Finn's trying to recruit JD in their group. This is the guy he trained along the way, and I don't know what that means for Priest in the balance of all of this anyway, and how the dynamics work with this guy in the group. Drew, I want a heel turn as well, to be honest. I feel Drew as a heel, and I know Nick is literally ripping his hair out listening to us say turn Drew heel. But I think there's a certain edge to a heel McIntyre because he's got the build to just be a straight up monster. It could be, for the better or worse terms, the second coming of like Roman Reigns type of thing, like just dominant. People feel like, oh, sugar, Drew is walking down that ramp and he's not playing games. Happy Smiley Drew is always going to give you a little grin after a Claymore. A man who's just fuming. Look at who he was, the Scottish Psycho before. Look at the NXT run. Like the guy was just jacked and ready to go. Now he's too happy Smiley. Lose the smile, bro. Become that person that people fear when you're walking down the ramp. That's the one. But I do like the idea, again, there is this idea of Brock Lesnar being the guy who ended the streak, being like, I don't really care about the IC title, but I like breaking streaks. I like the look of your streak, bro. Like there are elements of why Brock and Gunther going at it could possibly kick off. So That there's a bit of interest in that. Anyway, let's go back on to the next one. Seth Rollins, Finn Balor.
Okay, so again, we talked a lot about Seth already, about the possible challenges that he has laid out. And yeah, kudos to you, AJ, for mentioning Nakamura in that light. Yeah, I'm glad they actually are doing something with him. I'm still very cynical that he's not just being used as filler. But even if he is, yeah, at least he's getting on the pay per view. At least we can sort of temporarily relive those days of yesteryear when Nakamura actually was someone pretty special. I don't think Nakamura has any chance of becoming champion anytime soon. But like, you know what? He's good. He's a good wild card, and he's a good foil to insert into like title matches and stuff like that. Yeah, I actually like the fact that Seth was going to step to Cody, and Nakamura's come out and ruined it. So now it's a possibility Nakamura can feud with one or both of them. And like this was actually the type of storytelling that used to happen in the Attitude Era, where you would have somebody going for a title, but then there was different people creating different elements and different avenues and different feuds at the same time, all over the same title, and it's all centered around the champion. Yeah, and I feel this is something that they're trying to do now with Finn. Sorry, Finn, Seth, innit? Or why he's holding the title, and like they're trying to make this reign a bit substantial, and I feel that's why Finn didn't win at SummerSlam, because you can't have Seth lose the title too soon, otherwise that reign looks poor. So he's going to be holding it a number of months, whether we like it or not. I definitely think he's going to survive a series where he's going to fight Roman and like possibly actually might beat him. Yeah, non-title, of course, but just to like sort of legitimize the B belt, as everyone likes to say. That'd be a way to do it. If they have Roman just batter him, yeah, then he solidifies it as the B belt for all time. In terms of what's it, Finn, obviously his whole feud with the Judgment Day, you know, like that the little cracks appear and they just continue to build on that. And he'll have feuds along the way. I do think Cody versus Finn is a good shout, to be honest. Yeah, that'd be a good matchup. I don't know how involved JD McDonough is going to be, but I feel him coming into Judgment Day will be good as well. You know, breathe some fresh air, some new life into it. You know, until the inevitable split up. So they've got a lot of avenues and a lot of roads they can go down.
I like
Right,
that.
yeah. I see what's all again. Finn actually, the Judgment Day becoming stronger because they're becoming the most hottest group. And as much as they're showing dissension right now, they did the same thing with EO and Bailey for a little bit. But then who helped EO win? You never know. He might just become, you know what? I'm a leader. I'm not the champion, but I build everyone around me and start to help him. Or they're going to have a match for who's the leader of the Judgment Day, some dumbass match. But we all know it's none of them lot. It's one person, and she's mommy at the moment. So, but with Finn, it's just keep letting Finn do what he does. Help build stars. He's not doing anything else. He won't be champ. He's too small. In Dumnut's eyes, he's too small. He needs to eat more than just a cracker a day because no one can stay that shredded and have a full meal. All right, unless they go to the gym for like the entire day. I'm sorry. I used to be shredded and it was hard. It was eating nuts. Not that way, no, peanuts. I had to make it cashew nuts.
Protein shake.
Almost got it wrong as well. So, pea instead of cashew. Anyway, I'm joking. But yeah, he needs to just do more with himself. Like, you know, the guy, he's a blah. He's become, yeah, everyone keeps saying he's the first Universal Champion. That was hot, but then he got injured. What has he done since then? Judgment Day becoming big isn't because of him. The three biggest stars, if you name all three people in the Judgment Day, he's not even in the top three. Right now, you've got Dominic has surpassed him. I'm sorry, but Dominic has, and it shouldn't be that. But he's helping, elevating them. I know backstage he's helping them a lot. He's the veteran, so he's good. That's what he's there for. So he's doing his job great, and hopefully he does help and bring more people into Judgment Day and build them. Then they kick him out. With with Seth. Seth needs to just do what he's doing right now and let that title be the working man's title, because the Intercontinental Championship was the title for the working man, but that's now the strong star title. The WWE title is just on Roman. That's a different story. That's the NWA. Yeah, that's outside the WWE. That's a different thing. That's not part of WWE. I love that. The WWE title is technically not part of WWE because Roman's just doing what he's doing and them doing good. So keep doing that. The one he has, it is the B title, and no matter how much they do it, no matter what they do to make it big, it's gonna stay the B title until he beats Roman. So he has to have a match against Roman. As Big Tom said, have a match against Roman. Roman says, I'm not putting myself up against you. You already lost. Roman goes for that title, and then he beats Roman. Then it's legitimized. But it won't happen, because if he goes against Roman and he beats Roman, everyone goes, "Oh, he could beat Roman against that." He has to beat Roman on something like a DQ or something. He can't pin him. Roman's been pinned once in how many years?
3.5 years.
Once, and that once was in a tag team match.
Mm-hmm.
So if a one-on-one match and he beats Roman, no matter who technically beats Roman, they're not the first to beat him.
That's true.
This
is true. So that has kind of lost its edge. He was the one guy on this whole run though that Roman couldn't beat directly. It was a dirty victory. He
didn't beat him.
He didn't, did he?
No.
Story.
There's this vision that came into my head as you guys were talking, because we're talking Cody. We're still saying we don't want to see Finn vanish. Gunther could step up. Nakamura has stepped up. I saw a triple threat match, but it's when you mentioned the more you guys spoke, the more this came to me. Could you imagine a War Games kicking off? So you've got like Finn's going to have these feuds with all of these guys because it's there. Now, it's either one of two War Games have kicked my head. Like, right now would be a perfect time for Finn to have an elimination chamber match, because there's so many guys after him that it would be perfect to just throw them all at it and see who comes out on top. Drew, Gunther, Finn, XYZ, even Damian Priest for the fun of it. You've got both members of the Judgment Day in there. Then I had this idea, and I don't know if WWE are going to be wild enough to do it, or if anyone even wants to see it. With all of these guys that's there, does Survivor Series go back to its traditional Raw versus SmackDown in a War Games match? And you bring back like all of these guys having to represent Raw on one side, and on the other side, the same people that who most relevant on SmackDown is the Bloodline actually have to get on, even though they've been kicking each other's rear ends for the longest. You've got 5 guys who literally cannot stand each other on both sides, but having to unite for brand supremacy, and it's all-out war because you don't know which way it goes. Like, to me, I actually really can't unsee that for a Survivor Series.
That would be great.
They'd have to have a stipulation. If you don't represent your thing, if you walk out, if you don't give it 100%, you're getting fired or kicked off the show or something over the time. Because there will be no logical reason why, for instance, the Usos would sit there and going, "Man, I gotta represent SmackDown. I know we're being, but it's no longer brand loyalty. That brand loyalty thing died. So they have to give a reason of that. If you don't represent your team,
whoever gets the pin becomes number one contender. Now everybody's vying left, right, and center.
Then there you go, added something else to it. But then they're fighting against each other to get the pin.
Yeah, exactly. So it's all out. Like this would be War Games. So it's like definition.
As I say, there has to be a statement, something to give a reason for them to be. I'm still gonna tag you in, even though I don't like you.
Remember, there's no tag. Remember, there's no tag in War Games. Everyone's just in.
Oh, you're talking about War Games. War Games is a 1-by-1 enter in it, and the most stupid rule match ever. Yeah,
I hate it.
It's everyone coming 1-by-1, but we're gonna keep fighting. But the match doesn't start until
Until the
everyone's
last man's
in.
in.
Then the last man in, then the match starts.
Ridiculous.
Bring handcuffs to the ring. They come in,
I
handcuff
like
them.
it,
Next
man.
one, handcuff
That's
you.
it.
Next one, handcuff you. All right, last one come in. Punch him, pin him, match over. I've had too much of a...
Yeah, that's what they should do, but that's not what happened.
No, I know. But that's just the vision.
I love warrior matches. They just don't make any sense.
It doesn't
Yes.
make sense. It doesn't.
Yes.
Oh, we got 2 guys first. No, that means all of your guys, like you're fighting for the last entry. It's like being number 30 in the Royal Rumble. The fresher the man, the better. I don't care how much you beat my guy down, bro. You're tired by the time my last man comes out.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
that's the. I mean, it's reverse engineering. It's like when Impact or TNA done the thing of yes, it's a ladder match. Strap the belt to the hook. Why? I want to walk up with the belt. Why am I hooking it up to unhook it? What kind of stupidity you bringing to me? Anyway,
it's it. Go down the ramp, get the belt, get into the ring. Hook. They did the same thing also against WCW, where it was 3 cells on top of each other, and you had to climb up the cells, get the belt, come all the way down, and then get out the cell first to become champion. And Kevin Nash just walked in and stood by the door and waited. And then you fight, you get the belt, then it was just a big move, pick up the belt and walk out the cage, and he was a champ.
But this is what I love. Kevin Nash. This is why I like Kevin Nash, because he has the wrestling fan mentality. The stuff where you'd be like, why am I going to do all of this work? I'm going to just do that. Kevin's like, you're damn right. I'm not, I don't, as he said when he beat Bob Backlund, we don't get paid by the hour. And you live by it. God bless that man. But yeah, so that's what I'd like to see, like a good few more feuds for Seth, and just keep Finn relevant, because I'm enjoying seeing Finn Balor relevant. That's my thing at the moment. So yeah, we move on. Okay. This is interesting because I don't know what the hell to call. Asuka, Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, and obviously Io Sky. We have to throw her into this mix as well.
Right,
well, I think the logical step forward after this is everyone's going to be moaning on SmackDown about, how they've been screwed out of the title, how they deserve a rematch. Charlotte can say, I wasn't a part of the decision. Well, all of them got valid reasons to want to have a rematch. So your next logical step is a fatal 4-way, at Payback, with all of the contenders. I mean, like I said, one of the best matches on the card was this triple threat match. So let's turn it up a notch, do a fatal 4-way. I mean, you can have one-on-one matches with all of the individuals. I'm sure pretty much Io and Bianca's going to be a thing. Io and Asuka is definitely going to be a thing too. But they already did Io versus Charlotte on SmackDown and made Io lose. Way to build her up there. But from where they go now, I just can't see it being any other match than this fatal 4-way.
I can see the immediate change and the immediate match is Damage Control versus everyone in the triple threat match. Because it's WWE, your enemy, but then your friends. And then throughout that match, then it breaks down to become, I don't know, Bianca versus one of the Damage Control, Io versus Charlotte Flair again to get her win back, and then Asuka versus Bayley probably. But Asuka, they really don't care about Asuka. That's what I'm seeing. They don't care about Asuka. Bianca, they care about Charlotte. Needs to get her wins, get her numbers up so she can be 16 times losing the belt. Right? I keep saying 16 times champion, but you lose that many times as well. So you all 15 times lost. But right now with all of them, I just want Io to get push. Really just build Io up. So when the Ace of Spades come through, it becomes a dominating win, which I was spoken about earlier today. I'm trying to keep the booking what I had earlier, keep going forward with it. Let Io win by hook, crook, sinker, whatever. Let Damage Control actually do something this time. For 1 year, they were a waste. They won the title after they were meant to win it. A week later, it was a pointless thing, but I don't want to complain about that anymore. I want it to be keep pushing Damage Control, keep pushing these other three. Let everyone keep fighting everyone. Don't let everyone become friends and we have to work together because of you. And in the background, let one person just slowly coming through everyone and then start coming through them three as well and claim the championship. So that's what I want.
Who would you pick?
Who would have picked to what? To come
To
through?
rise through the ranks.
Is not part of this. I still
Yeah.
push with the case of it should still be what's her name?
Shayna.
Shayna Baszler should be the person coming through because it's gonna sound effed up what I'm saying, but she looks like the anti-diva. I know it's not a diva thing, but she doesn't look like one of the ones that's there right now. Like, Bianca looks like someone that could come on TV and stuff like that, where Shayna looks like someone just wants to eat the TV, beat the shit out of you and walk away. And that's what I want. Io Sky looks like a badass. Well, not look like a badass, looks little and can take some punishment. So let Shayna destroy everyone, which she did in NXT. Just pick someone and go, we're running with you. And with you, you're going to be with that. And with you, be with that. Just focus on the women's division and go with it. Is there 1 or 2 titles on the women's side? 2? Who's the other champion?
Rhea.
Do you want to know how messed up that is? I would have said push Rhea through everyone. When's the last time Rhea defended the title? Rhea's champion. I didn't even remember that. And I love Rhea.
They'll be keeping her out of the ring because she's like injured herself. So she's still the champion. She's still prominent on TV, but they're not.
She's injured and they want to keep the title on her. I get that then. But yeah, imagine Shayna or someone. Say it's not Shayna. Someone comes through and dominates that one, and then they go up against Rhea. Like they want to become the female Roman. I'm the head of the women's table. Not saying they have to be at the other table. I'm up there. I'm at the same table. I'm at the other end, and I'm the head of the table at that end.
Rumor has it they are thinking of bringing Nia Jax back. So who knows?
Oh no! Everyone's getting injured. Oh no!
She's not
Come
like
on,
most
man. She injures people. Look, I'm sorry. Big dominating, great, but you have to work in a way where you're not trying to. It's not still real to me. Damn it.
Yeah, no matter what you're doing, wrestling. The key to wrestling is keep your opponent
keep everyone safe. Keep your opponent safe. And she's just sloppy. It's just that bugs me about her was the fact that she injured people. She looked dominant. She was dominant, but then you hear this person got injured, and then you watch it back, and it's just like, just pick someone and throw them, and don't care about how they land.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah. No, it's interesting. I think like EO winning, it has so many claims because obviously Asuka's entitled to a rematch, Bianca's entitled to a rematch because they're both former champions within the space of 95 seconds, So both are entitled to say they want their shot. Charlotte's always going to be like, but I'm Charlotte Flair. That's what she does. Even though she's technically face right now, she winds people up because I'm Charlotte Flair. I get title shots. That's what I do. So that's there. And then you've just got that dynamic that, you know what? Bailey is always someone who is not to be trusted. She's like a female Edge. It's like, when is she going to turn? When is she going to turn? Like, you're just waiting for it. So there's a lot going there. But I like your idea then, like Damage Control versus these three. That has weight. And, you start to see dissensions and it starts to build individual feuds because everybody's going their own way. Let's see a Bailey Charlotte one more time. Let's see Dakota and Asuka. Let's see Io and then swap it around a bit because everyone's got a little weight in there and they've got their rights to be there. And out of nowhere, you just hear Shayna Baszler's now on SmackDown again, and I don't even know what brand she's on at the moment. And yeah, it just keeps stuff in the mix. Keep the titles alive. I know Rhea has got Raquel Rodriguez actually attacking her at the moment. That's what happened there. So you've actually got a clear line for what's happening on Raw. But spice it up. I like the idea. But the more I see these where there's multiples, I'm just like, we should be in it'd be so good if we were in Chamber Series because it would be the first time that Chamber matches don't feel just thrown together. There are solid contenders all around, But I'm liking it, and that's what's really cool about this. Anyway,
keep it going to Chamber.
This is it. Well, yeah. Who knows? Who knows? And the last spot being filled out by the last person who got thrown out in each Rumble. And there's so many different ways that it can be done. And finally, the bloodline. Jay, Roman, Jimmy, Solo, God, even throwing Paul Heyman at this point because I'd love to see him try and pin Roman at this point. Like everything else.
Yeah.
Big. Remember, he was meant to be in the Royal Rumble. He's going to say it. Big. Big. Oh, my bad. I'm out.
Toad,
One of the best comedy
what do you see there?
wrestlers.
All right. So if we've spoken a lot about what can happen with these guys already, but just to reiterate where I think it's probably going to go. Obviously, we're leading to payback being Jimmy versus Jay. Now, that's the first avenue they can go down, is having those two just fight each other on a one-on-one match, or they can save that and build to it. What I would much more prefer, I know I've already said one fatal four-way, but hey, let's double up then. I think Solo versus Roman versus Jay versus Jimmy, that would be an excellent match. And like again, Roman can have bragging rights when he pins everyone. He just stack everyone. Or you can you can do it the 2 1-on-1 matches. You can have Solo versus Roman, because Solo was pissed at SummerSlam. He looked like he was about to explode. So are we gonna do that? Yeah. SmackDown's gonna be very interesting. I hope it's not dead and Jimmy has a good reason for doing what he does. Is he gonna rejoin the bloodline, or is he gonna act like he's going to and then rip off his shirt and it just says "Ain't nobody's bitch." But yeah, I love how this storyline and what it's done for everyone involved. It's made them all bona fide stars, because just like that, Jimmy is now the most hated guy in wrestling. But what happened on Saturday night, he's going to be getting booed for ages. He's going to now probably get outbooed. He's probably going to get outbooed by Dominic. Yeah. I feel like he's going to have the biggest heat in the company for at least some time because of what he did. And that's excellent. And it speaks to the testament and the power of the Bloodline storyline. So I'm excited to see where it goes, no matter which avenue they go. I don't think Roman's going to get a new contender just yet. I feel that it's going to continue with the Bloodline story directly, at least until probably Crown Jewel or Survivor Series.
Yeah, I see the 4-way match at Royal Rumble. Just have them do it at Royal Rumble. And then Jay and Jimmy can go off and do it at WrestleMania, because they really want that. And because of the job they've been doing for WWE, they should get it. Go have a match at WrestleMania. There's 2 nights. They can fill the time. But right now, I truly hope he needs to come up with as I keep saying, I'm leaving it in your hands to come up with a story. I'm not watching the story week to week. I'm seeing the story pay-per-view to pay-per-view. And I'm liking it still. So I need it to be a good reason of why he went in there and pulled him out. Nothing to do with, I want to be the one to pin him, or it just sounds like a spoiled brat. I want to be the champion. Okay, just let him lose. Just let him lose. Because of you've let the overall, meant to be the enemy of my enemy is my friend. What? It just felt random as hell. And it sounded like they just went, we need to find a way to keep them strong. That's what it felt like. But anyway, what they could have done is freaking make Solo do something, for crying out loud, other than just look pissed off. Have him be the one that's gonna turn around and do something. This makes 0 sense to me. I am really disappointed by it, but I'm trying to keep everything calm until I hear from you lot. Oh, this is what's happening. This is the reason why. And I go, okay, that makes sense. I didn't even think of that. So that's what I'm waiting for. In the case of Roman, I want Roman to be the special guest referee between Jimmy and Jay, and just let them beat the crap out of each other and not pin, and then they come back together again and realize, oh, you're just a dick, and then all 3 of them start fighting, and Solo is the one to go in and go, look, I could be any one of you, and Solo actually speaks. Or Paul Heyman because Paul Heyman, he goes for the strongest. He just goes to the strongest. He finally just turns his back on thing and go, nah, there's the real leader is here. And Solo turns on thing and becomes the new leader. And he's got Paul Heyman behind him. Hence the 4-way at that point. With Roman was still dominate and win somehow, but yeah. I don't know what's gonna happen. Whatever it is, they've got me. They've got me. I hope it ain't something. I just want to know the ending of the story, not be something let down like Gilbert comes back and pin Roman in a roll up. And just end it. Nothing stupid. Yeah, I need something big to happen. I want it to be a as much as at the start of the entire thing where Nico stated WWE is predictable and we don't want the predictability. I want it to be predictable this time. I want it to carry on to WrestleMania and for to finish the story against Roman and Roman takes a break. That's what I want.
Same.
Yeah. I mean, it does kind of sell itself in all of that. I could see a line of Jimmy being the whiny little bee that he is. And over this whole thing, and Jay's going to watch him and be like, bro, like, all you have to do is make a name for yourself. We're twins. People still don't know which one of you are. They know who I am. Like, you are so irrelevant that they still don't know your name. Something stupid like to just shut him down. But I see it leading into this fatal 4-way. I see it, first of all, I think it's going to be 2. I don't know how to do this, though. I don't know how the Roman Solo match kicks off, but I think it's that. And I think Crown Jewel is going to throw a lot of money for the closing statement to the Bloodline story. I think Crown Jewel is where we're going to see the fatal 4-way, and I think it would look nice to see a real tribal chief match where it's like literally tiki poles and everything, just like fire to give it like Uffa and Sika standing there, the whole family there. But I like your idea as well, then, where we don't. 2 of your ideas where it's not a title on the line. And Paul Heyman does the dirty. Now, if you think of it, Roman's gone from Roman 2 belts to Roman 3 belts to Roman 1 belt. And he's got the other title of Tribal Chief. And I would love to see it in this Tribal Chief match. It looks like this has happened. The Usos knock each other out for going for a table. Roman's literally got a guillotine or something on. And Heyman pulls his leg or puts Solo's leg on the rope to break it. That look of shock on Heyman's face as he turns around, bang, Samoan Spike. And rightfully, to put Solo on that higher status, because he's the one who, he's in the matches and he's tough and he's rough, but we don't know who he is. Let him pin Roman Reigns. Let him leave. When the implosion is over and it's all said and done, that is your Tribal Chief. And he owns it because he owns the Samoan kind of style. He's walking out barefoot. He's doing these, the madman. That is the way WWE was told, the Wild Samoans. Let him become Tribal Chief. He'll then get a rematch against Roman where he will naturally lose the title. He won't win the title, but he will still be the head of the table. He will be the Tribal Chief. Roman is now in the island of relevancy because he's still champ, but he's there now. And this is where maybe someone like Bobby Lashley can now step up. And it's like, hey, he's got the Street Profits. He's like, hey, how are you looking? Or someone else from the past is like, yeah, this time you don't have your family around you. That could even be the entrance for Cody. I don't think any of the Bloodline can take the title off him, but one of them could take Tribal Chief off him. And I think Solo would be the guy for that.
Jumping off your statement with the taking Solo becoming the new Tribal Chief. Think of Solo becoming a Tribal Chief, Roman being pissed. But because the Tribal Chief is now Solo, it brings back Jimmy and Jay into the Bloodline. And Roman just feels left behind. The group is still there. He's just not the head of the table. Yeah. As much as he wants to be there at the table, he's not. And he's just constantly just fuming. He's
not even got Paul Heyman to vent to. He's got nothing.
Yeah. He's pissed, but because of that, he's still there. But he feels second fiddle. But he does it like The Rock did. The Rock was part of the nation, where he's still not the leader, but he's still giving commands like, you go do this, you go do that, and then everyone's go, yo, Solo's in charge. But Solo gives the exact same commands you would have given anyway. Yeah, do what he said pretty much.
But all of that is possible. And also, like, going back to the other side of it, with all of that, and he is without his family, perfect time for him to get stabbed in the back one more time, because Seth could be like, hey, I was family too. I want a piece. And it'd just be like, this man's world is crumbling around him. at every moment. So yeah.
And that
that's the right
year,
one.
you're put into the Hall of Fame. Goldust. He could go into the Hall of Fame, which would be can we borrow Goldust for a little bit, please? I beg you, please, AW. We give you some money to just borrow him. We will mention you, I swear. And then what's it called? Have his family there.
Yeah.
Or just in the audience because he's been inducted. I think, by the way, I believe Dusty Rhodes will be inducted in the Hall of Fame this year.
If he does, it's surefire. It is surefire that Cody's champ. That would be quite poetic.
I thought Dusty was already in the Hall of Fame.
Is he?
Goldust? No.
Oh, Dustin.
Dustin.
We said Dusty.
Yeah,
No.
Dustin.
Dustin. Not a chance while he's still signed to AEW.
Yeah. Hey, no.
I'm sorry. No. WWE will bring people in to put them in the Hall of Fame just to come into the Hall of Fame. They don't have to be part of the WWE at that point. Just they won't talk about anything. What in their eyes, you came to WWE, you were doing good, you've left, and now you're just sitting at home retired. You're not wrestling anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that they can do. But while he's signed to AEW, I don't know.
Yeah, no. While he's still in WWE, they just won't bring him into he won't be involved in the match. He can get inducted and be a thing. But then because he get inducted, it'd be like on that night they would do the speech of him becoming the champion. Oh, he's going to be the one to do the thing that his father didn't get to do. How I, as Dustin, as Goldust, wanted to do the one thing my dad didn't do, and I couldn't do it. I'm no longer here in the company, but my little brother is there, and he's been doing nothing but goodness, and he's going to be the one to do it. And I've got support for you. They hug and blah blah blah, and they put video of Dusty on the screen and all the families together, and then have all the family members come out. And remember, this is the point now where I almost said Stardust. Dusty Rhodes, what's his name again? I can't remember his name. Cody could be the one they're standing with all his family on there. They're all taking like a picture together, standing up. And at the same time, Roman doesn't have any of his family.
One
person have it, and one doesn't have the family. Show you to be champion, to stay relevant, you need your family with you.
I don't know. I'll keep booking. Yeah, as long as we get a bit of character evolution from Roman, then at that point, yeah, I want to see him become Savage Roman, go a little bit crazy, maybe a bit unhinged, and deliver some of the biggest beatdowns we've seen up until now. Yeah, because again, like it's still a long time to WrestleMania for him right now, and like the current routine, the current gimmick is getting a bit stale, a bit old. So now it's time to switch it up again to Roman by himself and at his most dangerous.
That's where I got the thing of Roman no longer being tribal chief, still being champion, and being pissed. Every time Solo is talking, Roman's slightly behind him, because remember you have to stand behind the trophy, just staring a hole in Solo like, oh no, I can kill you. And in his matches, he's having a match, but he's fighting Solo. Solo's sending him out to fight matches. Like, and he's beating the crap out of this guy, just picturing Solo. And at one point, he says Solo's name as the person. You think you're the boss of me, Solo? You think while beating up some random thing.
He's got Dominic in the guillotine. It's not fair, Solo. It's like, what are you talking about?
Have him go nuts. Have him go nuts, getting ordered, telling what to do. The tribal chief getting ordered, but he's not the tribal chief, but in his head, he still is. Bro, I'm booking stuff that I want, but I'm not going to get.
I think that, like, a lot of what you said is going to happen. I don't think you'll be issuing orders, but I do think that everyone is going to leave him. Everyone. Yeah. And that is going to snap him. That's going to make him.
And I think that point, the spear will become redundant because he is going to guillotine and choke the hell out of everyone. It's just going to look so much more vicious that he's just locking every man into like absolute submission and death. Like they're going to, those ones where they're like, ring the damn bell. The bell's rung. Let go of him, goddammit. It's just,
he holds them. They go to tap out. He grabs their hand from tapping out. Hold them there. Make them can't tap out. Cover them out. Just everything. go nuts, hold
Forget,
them.
yeah,
Start,
forget submission. Just screaming at Bear Man, acknowledge me, acknowledge me.
yeah. Start losing via disqualification because he just holds the hold on, and the bell's ringing, but he won't let go. So he technically is losing. He's on a
Yeah, but
losing
he's still
streak,
champ.
but he's
And
not
a
losing
little
the title.
child in the
because-
audience is crying. He's already dead. He's already dead.
Just have him go crazy nuts.
And I don't
Just-
want to be that guy, but you know it. If he's gonna start this off, I'm sorry, Nick. It has to start with Rey Mysterio.
What? Come on, man. Why Ray? Why
No,
Ray?
Not Ray,
I
not
was
Ray,
thinking
not Ray,
Sammy.
not Ray. Ray gets it in the middle of the thing, middle of the violence.
Poor
Not
Ray,
Ray.
man.
It's
Nah, it
it's
should be Sammy. Sammy is the start of the
Yeah,
downfall.
Sammy's out though. Sammy's out at the moment. It
No,
would be perfect.
let
though.
him start with if he's at the downfall part, let him start with Paul Heyman. Let him flip out on Paul Heyman. You're hurting me. You're hurting me, Roman. You're hurting me, Roman. Let him beat the crap out of him, and then the next night, I'm sorry. And he's like, oh my God, he's apologizing. I'm sorry for not beating you harder. I'm beating him again.
Yo, that'd be one of the best moments in WWE.
Just have him go ape shit, go crazy, just lose his mind, and then the one family have to come in and save the day. And then that time, no, I don't want Rock to even show his face in WWE again while the storyline is going on. I don't want him to be there at all for any of this. I'd love to see Rikishi to turn up to help be the referee between the matches or something between his, or to try to stop his sons from fighting, and for both of them to super kick him because he's a terrible dad.
Followed by the spike.
But yeah, something like. But just, I would like everyone else to be there. Rock nothing, because the Rock coming in takes the spotlight off everyone. Everyone instantly becomes it's the Rock show. Even though Roman's big, the casual fans would think about the Rock. Roman would just die.
Do you want? You
But
know
then,
who I want to see
what's
step up?
it, like
If he
Roman
thinks he's a real bad man, if he thinks he's the real head of the table, Haku. Bring in Haku and let's see who's
I
really
think
bad.
they're older.
No. We don't want anyone to die. Jesus Christ. We're talking about being badass, but that's just mean.
Actually,
Fucking people's
Haku
eyes.
replacing Solo would be perfect. Like, okay, you guys think you think Solo's the thing? The elders acknowledge me, and you just got Haku as his enforcer. That would be awesome.
Or just if Haku acknowledge Solo.
Oh god. Because that was the one time Roman would be like, forget it. It's
Just
cool.
I acknowledge. Come out. Have Roman bring Haku out, and then have Haku
You'll
turn.
be human in the background there. You can't actually do anything
Turn around
about
and say, I acknowledge you, Solo, Sikoa. And then Roman's like, what? And Haku just turns around. He's like, oh, no. Back off. Come out the ring. And in
I would
Solo
like
hug.
to see both Jimmy and Jay like kneel, like we acknowledge. Roman's like, I'm not doing it. You just hear Haku's music, and you just see Roman like, yes, I'm sorry.
Roman's laying down, prostrate himself on the floor, fully out. I apologize. I am sorry. Please leave my eyeball. Please leave my teeth. Don't pull my teeth out of my head. Don't pull my eyeball out of my head. Oh my God. But yeah, wherever it is, I want. And the thing is, the reason why I'm pitching for Solo to be the one to be the tribal chief and acknowledge is because once this is all over, I don't want Solo just to fade back into nothingness.
Yeah.
And right now, he's just a goon.
Enforcer.
He's an enforcer right now. So I want it to be more than just that. So I want it to be something big for when everything's done, said and done, him to be. That's the champion. That was a tribal chief. Not just that was a guy that didn't wear shoes and scream and look like Umaga.
This is it. Because in the end, we all know that the Usos will become the Usos again. It's just the way of it.
Yeah.
How do you elevate Solo? You know?
Honestly, I think Solo is in for that Umaga push once Bloodline's done. Just by himself, just battering the roster. Whether that's with a mid-card title or not, we'll see.
But yeah.
I see it with Heyman in his corner. I think it would propel him so far.
And right now, whatever they do is the right decision.
Yeah.
Whatever they do, I'm going to say it's the right decision because I don't think WWE's got input on this that much. I think this is Roman, the Usos, and Heyman coming up with ideas. And I think they had an idea that was meant to end it, and WWE is going, we need to stretch this out, and they're like, okay, cool, what can we do next? So they're trying to stretch it out to the following Mania and just trying to come up with ideas to make it work. Hence why it feels so disjointed.
But I'd be very surprised though if they can stretch it out. The storyline with the main bloodline members past like Survivor Series, because surely we're running out of matches.
I can't say it's over. I can't figure out way it's over. We just listed a triple a fatal four. We could have a fatal four, but with this way, Solo and Roman are still together, but it's a fatal four, and them two work together, and then that match developed the problem, which then could lead into another fatal four or a one-on-one. With these four people, you can get so many different combinations, and Roman doesn't have to be part of any of them.
There is the
someone being a referee.
There is the angle that you could go for another tag match. As much as it will seem mad, imagine a Jay and Roman versus Jimmy and Solo. Like, there are so many angles that you could toy with. Okay, it won't be the same first Civil War where everyone's like, oh my God, it's happening. But you have ways that you could stretch it and people are like, but who can you trust? I know at this point we are pretty much in the fatal four-way. We're in the fast lane to the end at the moment, you know. But and I've got to be honest. This whole bloodline thing makes me very happy that Cody didn't win, because it still has Roman at this relevancy point. And I know it hurts Nick and it goes this way, but I to this minute I don't know, because you would have had Roman still looking for the title but still having a feud with his family, and it would have been two very distant feuds but happening at the same time. This is the way it was meant to happen.
I think if Nick wasn't at WrestleMania, he would have been upset, but it would have been cool, more cool with it than. It's the fact that we went to LA. We thought we were going to see Rock. They built everything. They literally spoon-fed us the way it was going to go, and it's what you want, and then they pulled the rug on from underneath us. So because of that, it's why it hurts him so much.
I get it.
First Mania.
I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm just saying that the story is in the right place. What would have been next for Cody? Right now, we can't even say what's next for Cody, let alone who. It would have just been, we would have been in the same breath of where it is with Finn. It would have been like, it was a new era, it was a new champ, but it would have been very generic matches. And especially on SmackDown, who is there?
The thing is, I see What's taking a break after this bloodline thing. I don't see him losing and then want his title back right away.
No, he's gone.
I see him losing and going, I need a break now. Even though he doesn't wrestle as much, he doesn't even come on the show as much, be on the show as much. He's a part-time guy, but he could be even more like stay back, chill. He's now a big star. He's made WWE money.
Don't be surprised if he's in Fast 12 or 11.2, whatever they're calling it. Like,
well, if he turned up in one of the movies, he's going to be.
Come again?
Yeah, Hobbs and Shaw 2. Hobbs and Shaw Part 2.
Yeah, there you are.
That's
like,
amazing.
There's I didn't know that, but there we go. It might be on Silver Screen News. Sorry. But that's the thing. Roman's got the world at his feet right now. Like he I think now's the right time for Roman to step away and start to make himself somebody outside of wrestling before he is nobody out of wrestling. You know, you got to keep that paycheck coming. Cena's done it. Rock's done it. It feels right that especially now that people have seen that Roman's got character. The old Roman Reigns would, sucker and succotash was never going to make it outside of the wrestling world. This guy, people are like, okay, I see you.
One more thing though.
Aquaman.
Y'all see him, he should be Aquaman. Y'all see him being hot in the UK. We watch him going, he's getting cheers, he's getting boos, he's the main thing. We literally just broke down the entire card, and we've been speaking about this bloodline thing more than anything else. Yeah. But in America, well, let's be real, in LA where we were in Mania, he was the hottest thing ever. Like, forget the Sammy is saying and all that. It was the tribal chief. Everyone's buying the glove. Even like that, they were into him so much.
Mm-hmm.
So it comes to the UK. I don't get this country. I don't know what. They're just such idiots.
That was gold.
But yeah, we can't keep here all day.
That's the one, guys. Yes. I'm not too sure how long this has been because it's a double recording for us. But at the end of the day, what do you think is next? Go on, then. Give us another voice. Go on.
Not right now. I see.
Okay, that's cool.
It's cool. I weren't prepared. Damn.
It's all good. Guys, what do you think is next? up and down the card. What's next for Asuka? What's next for Finn? What's next for Omos? Go on, surprise me. Tell me what you think is next for Omos. What's next? What's next for Austin Theory, who was the only champion in the Battle Royal and couldn't even get his own music? Come on. Who is the next head of the table? Give us everything. And on top of your everything in terms of comments, give us a like. Give us a comment. Oh, I said that already. Give us a subscribe. And one more thing, give us 5 friends. Give us 5 wrestling fans. You're not alone. We want 5 of your wrestling fans to communicate.
5 of your friends.
5 friends. That's all we're asking for. And with that, the community grows. And you never know what happens. You know, we met Simon Miller not too long ago. The man told us keep working at it and something can happen. Right now, Simon, I have to go to work. I work a 48-hour contract plus. I can't do more. But if I get paid by you guys on YouTube, you'll see the ministry all week long. That's just the way it goes. But no, we're not begging for money. We're just saying get the subscriptions up. Let's communicate. And in time, guys, we're actually after this, we're going into a briefing before I go into another podcast of what more content the ministry can deliver. So until the next time, enough blabbing from me. I am the one AJ Anthony Jordan.
I'm Den the Tech, the wrestling fan that doesn't watch wrestling, but talk a lot about it.
Big Tone out the song. Thank you for tuning in, everyone.
We out.